Hey, what's Kill Team?
All right, little boys and little smaller boys, let me tell you whomst is a kill team. In 40k world, all the lads in that world just can't stop fighting, so when they need to be sneaky about fighting, instead of sending 10 billion soldiers, they send like 3 or 20 mad lads. And these wackadoos that are in charge of carrying out these special operation missions are your kill teams, and those are who you are going to be playing as in the game. Kill team. Well, how does one go about playing this great game, you might ask? Well, let me inform your brain. First step is to pick yourself a kill team. There are 16 to pick from. Well, you get rid of the ones with the pointy knife ears. Now there's 13 to pick from. Oh, and get rid of the ones with any brainwashing communistic tendencies. Yep. Okay, you're left with 12 good factions to pick from. So go ahead, take your pick. I'll wait. Hey, you got yourself a faction, and you built a 100-point list while I wasn't looking? Great, and you found a friend or acquaintance to do the same thing? Great, you're ready to pick a kill team mission. This is basically what stage you'll be playing on, and some are very final destination, while others are actually fun. Okay, first part of actually playing the game, no more prep work, we kick it off with the scouting phase. In this phase, each player secretly picks from a list of 6 options using a d6 that they hide with their hand. Ooh, how clever. One of which is for master strategists that can actually comprehend the value in this one. I mean, look at this. 2 of which you both pick if neither of you like fun. And the 2 good ones that you pick that you have to have a nice little bit of a laugh before the game actually starts. So after you've both picked 5 and 6 respectively, you can commence the game. And if you think, what is option 4? There is no option 4. You will never pick option 4. Moving right on to see who has to put the first model on the table, you both roll. Whomstever gets the lower one puts his first guy down on the deployment zone. Then the other guy puts his guy down on the deployment zone. Then you go back and forth until one person runs out of models. Then the Orc player or Terran player won't have to wait so long between putting down all his swarm. And then he can finish up, as you see right here. Look at that beautiful deployment, beautiful masterpiece. Let's move on. Alright, deployment's done. Resolve your scouting phase bullshit if it hasn't been taken care of already. It's now the beginning of the first battle round. Who goes first? You roll 2d6s and whoever gets higher goes first. You can't pick to go second even if you get higher. Those are the rules. Also, why do you roll not just 1d6? I don't know. Why are you asking me this? I might be drunk. And you're going to have to do this at the beginning of every battle round to determine who has initiative and who goes first on each of the following phases. Moving on to the next phase, the movement phase. Players with initiative moves all of his boys, and then the other guy moves all of his boys. When it comes to moving boys, you have a few options. You can move, which is just you move the model's movement stat in inches. Easy. You can advance, which you add 1d6 to the model's move stat and then move it that many inches. However, this guy can't shoot later, which is a pretty big downside to that. You can then charge, which is one of the good ones. You can charge, which if one of your models is within 12 inches of an enemy model, then you can declare it as a target of that model's charge. Yeah, then the other player decides how to react, whether they fire Overwatch or fall back. If the model moved already, it can only do Overwatch unless it's already in melee combat, then it can't do shit right now. After you settle reactions, roll 2d6. Don't add anything to that. If that amount of inches brings you within 1 inch of the model or models you declare to charge against, then you've charged into them. Okay, also you can run away like a... Oh, there's a lot of like expletives here involving knife ears. By doing a fallback action, where you move your movement away from a model you're engaged in melee with. You can't do this if you were charged that turn, and you can't shoot after a fallback as well. And lastly, you can ready, which means that model is going to get priority in the shooting phase. You pick what each individual model is going to do. You don't just pick one and then all your models do that one. That'd be ridiculous. It's like a strategy game. Moving on, some people say there's a psychic phase that goes around here. I don't believe those are lies, so we can move on to the shooting phase. In this phase, the player with initiative picks a readied model to shoot, then the other guy picks a ready model, and you do this until all ready models have shot. Then, starting with the player with initiative, you shoot everyone else, and then alternating back and forth with the other guy. So, remember that models that have charged, fell back, or advanced cannot shoot this turn. Also, models that have been charged cannot shoot this turn. Moving on, to the fight phase, starting with the player with initiative. He picks a model that charged to fight with, a model that is within its reach. Then the other guy picks a model that charged, and you go back and forth until all charging models have fought. And you do the same with all non-charging models after all of the charging models have fought. And then that is the fight phase. How simple, right? Oh, it's the best one. Phase. It's the morale phase. This one's quite important, unlike that psychic phase, am I right? What you do here is you first check if your kill team is broken. You're going to get some downsides if it is. You then remove all shaken tokens. This part's going to make sense in a minute. Then you take nerve tests with anyone who has taken a flesh wound or is part of a broken kill team. To do this, you roll a d6 and you add the number of shaken and dead models. And if that's higher than that model's leadership, then that model is shaken. You add a shaken token to it, and it can't do anything until that shaken token is removed. And once you finish up with that, you check if the victory conditions have been met, and if not, you head back to the initiative phase, and then that is an entire battle round in Kill Team. Yes. I'm sure you're all experts on Kill Team now, and if you guys want to hear more about Kill Team instead of a hastily put together video based on a joke request my friend made, let me know by leaving a like or yelling at me in the comments about stuff I forgot to mention or explained like a retard. Okay, goodbye for now.